You thought banks just looked at your credit score? You're not even close. When they pull your name, they see way more than you think. Things like your past overdrafts, any closed accounts, and even old student loan problems that you forgot about. And here's the crazy part. Guess what? Some of this stuff can even get you denied for a mortgage, for a checking account, and yes, even for a credit card, even if your credit score is good. My name is Calvin Russell. I'm a certified FICO professional and a credit strategist. And today I'm going to show you exactly what banks are really looking at when your name hits their system, because too many people are doing everything right, but getting denied because of something they didn't even know existed. Stick around. We're going to uncover how banks secretly screen you, how they check your own records, and one detail most people miss when applying for a mortgage that can shut everything down. You probably experienced this too, okay? You walk into a bank, apply for something, and then the bank representative smiles and says, "We'll get back to you," all right? Then a week later, denied, okay? And your credit score looked fine. Here's what happened. That's what today's video is all about, and here's what we're going to explain as well too. And once you know how to check these reports, you'll know exactly how to fight back. So let's start with one of the biggest silent blockers, ChexSystems. Most people have never seen this report, but banks use it every time that you apply for a checking account, a savings account. It tracks bounced checks, overdraft abuse, accounts closed for negative balances, even if that account was from years ago. And the worst part, it's not even a part of your credit report. So even if your FICO score is great, ChexSystems can shut you down. But that's just one report. Wait until I show you the system that banks use during mortgage underwriting. It can flag delinquent student loans, defaulted federal debt, and even identify mismatches as well. That's coming up. But first, if you're serious about protecting your financial future, hit that subscribe button. This channel's packed with credit, banking, and financial strategies that most people never hear about. And by the way, if you're not sure exactly where to start or how to build your credit the right way, grab my free credit guide today. It's helped thousands of people clean up their credit reports and get approved, okay? Scan the QR code right there in front of you or click the link in the description below. Let's talk about Fraud Guard. This tool is used by mortgage lenders and it's intense. When you apply for a home loan, your name gets scanned through a system that checks for red flags tied to fraud, federal debt, and defaulted student loans. Here's where people get stuck. Let's say, for example, you defaulted on student loans about 10 years ago. Even if your credit report doesn't show it anymore, Fraud Guard still might show it. And that can trigger a manual review or even a full denial. One of my clients had a 720 credit score, 2 credit cards, and a paid off car loan. When she got approved for a mortgage, it was a pre-approval really. But during the underwriting process, when she was already under contract, boom. Fraud Guard flagged her old default student loan that she thought was removed from her credit report because it was removed, but she didn't know people could see it. That delay cost her the house. And it's not just about credit. It's about identity flags that you don't even know exist. Now, here's something even deeper. There are name-only databases that link people by name, address, social security number, or even old applications. So even if someone else in your household has some issues, it could connect you. That's right. You could be flagged because someone with your last name had a bankruptcy. You wouldn't even believe how often this happens. And if you've ever co-signed for someone, changed your name, or moved in with someone who has debt, this might be your biggest risk. Now, in a little bit, I'm going to show you all the exact report to pull if you've been denied and can't figure out why. Again, it's not just about credit, it's a full identity profile. By the way, if you want support fixing these issues, our 850 Club Elite members get direct access to our weekly Q&A sections, our credit masterclasses, and tools to check out these exact databases. We've only got space for 300 members, so don't wait too long. The link is in the description below, or you can scan the QR code right here on your screen. Now let's go deeper. LexisNexis. This one might be the most powerful. LexisNexis tracks public records. Think about things like evictions, judgments, past addresses, and even insurance claims. Some lenders, especially auto lenders and mortgage lenders, use this to confirm identity, payment history, and risk flags as well. A civil judgment that may not be on your credit report might still be on LexisNexis. And if your info doesn't match up, your application could trigger a fraud alert even if you've done nothing wrong. Now, even if you've moved a few times or changed jobs, but if that address history doesn't match what a lender sees in LexisNexis, you could be red flagged for identity mismatch. It's wild how detailed this stuff gets. Now, coming up in a few minutes, I'm going to show you how to pull one of these reports for free, because even if banks can see it, you should be able to too. So here's how it all plays out. You apply for something, credit score looks fine, your income is good, but behind the scenes, your name gets pinged and some little known report sends back a red flag, denied, no reason explained. You're left confused and frustrated. That's why we need to shift from checking your credit score to checking your name profile. Now, as a quick reminder, inside the 850 Club Elite, we walk you through how to fix these errors on your credit report and how to prep your name before you apply for major purchases. You also get other perks as well too, but we already talked about that. Now, that identity trap that I mentioned earlier, it gets worse. Some people have what's called a merged file, okay? Two people with similar names and info get blended together. I had a client named Mary Evans here in Chicago, but there was another lady, her name was Mary Evans in Minnesota. So now she was carrying somebody else's baggage. And unless you pull those hidden reports, you will never know. So how can we fix that? Here's how you can check everything that banks are seeing outside of your credit report, because you are allowed to request a copy of this, okay? The first one's going to be a ChexSystems report. All you have to do is go to ChexSystems.com. Next is going to be a LexisNexis consumer report. You need to go to consumer.risk.lexisnexis.com. The next one's going to be an early warning service, and the next one's going to be early warning services, but this is a bank-only system that pulls information from what I just given you before. Next is going to be the work number. Now, this is used by lenders to verify your income and employment. Next is going to be NCTUE. Now, this one's going to track your phone and your utilities accounts. Now, even though some of these things that banks can see, you still can request all of these for free once a year. And some of them you have to request at the bank, okay? Now, remember what I said earlier. If you've been denied and don't know why, those are the reports that you need to check, okay? Most people never look beyond their credit report, but that's only the tip of the iceberg. Here's the crazy part. Even if you fix your credit, even if your name is tied to risk in these systems, it can still block you. If this was helpful, there's something even more important coming up next, because fixing your credit score is one thing, but fixing your profile, that's what really unlocks approvals. I'll see you at the next video.